Well, hello and welcome back to Farmer's Daughter Coffee Company. Today, we're going to teach Chloe how to use the roaster. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing we do is we measure out the green beans that we're going to roast. And I roast about 4 pounds at a time. That's just about capacity. Fill up the hopper, and then we get the next batch ready and measured out so that we can kind of keep the process going, because the first batch takes a little longer because you have the heating process of the machine. It takes it a while to heat up. But once you get the machine up to temperature, then you can keep running batches of beans through the roaster, and it makes you a little more efficient. So, you ready to get started?
Oh, I guess.
And what we're doing is we're going to wait until this bean temperature hits 400 degrees. And you want these to be, the bean temperature, air temperature, to be similar, and you kind of control that by the fan. And I'll show you how we adjust that as we go through this roast. I have a process that works. I know if I drop the beans in at 400 degrees and let them roast with the temperature set on high, it will take about 11 or 12 minutes for them to hit 380 degrees when you hear the second crack. And that's when they sound like Rice Krispies crackling in the pot. From there, then you know you've got to come over and watch them. And at about 395 to 400 degrees is when you're going to dump the beans out, start your next batch.
Okay.
So it's a pretty simple process, and I've got it down to where I'm really happy with the roast that way, so I don't bother hooking up the laptop and trying to do all of that every time. I am enjoying my cortado. Now, one thing you'll notice as soon as you drop the green beans into the drum is that your bean temperature and your air temperature immediately start to drop. And they'll drop down to a little below 200 degrees usually before they start climbing again. And it'll take 11 or 12 minutes and they'll climb back up. And like I said, you'll reach the 380 degrees, and that's when you'll see them start to, or you'll hear them start to crack.
Free Holstein for Wendy. You're welcome.
All right, we just reached our 380. I'll let you hear the crack. And always the first roast takes just a little bit longer to get to that 380. So we're at 15 minutes. That's just a tad long, but it's still acceptable. But the next batches will go a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Do you guys have the soup? All right, there you go. You're welcome. Okay.
So the shop got really busy. So training Chloe hasn't gone so well. And she's gonna end up having to watch this video just like you so that she knows how this works. But it's the way it goes. I mean, we have our spurts, and they had a busy spell. As this video didn't exactly go as planned, because I planned on walking Chloe through this whole process and of doing this, but the shop got really busy and then it was closing time, and she's only worked about 84 hours this week. So I told her to go ahead and go home, get some rest. So she actually went out to eat with some friends, and I'm finishing it up. But I've been roasting beans for about 5 hours this afternoon, and I've roasted about 100 pounds of beans. So that should get them set up for the next week coming. But we go through a lot of beans here, so I can see us upgrading roasters in our future, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed seeing the process, seeing how all of this works. We appreciate you all watching. Stay groovy.